Hey there, welcome back to OwlDragon Adventures. I'm Scott Kegler.
And I'm Rob McPherson.
And this is our review of Merchants of Magick by Manor Games. So this is a in-universe kind of sequel extension of the Set of Watch world for Manor Games, and I'm a big fan of the Set of Watch game. So that is a.
It's the only reason that he finally picked up a roll and write game.
Yeah, so this is a roll and write game.
Yep.
Versus the Set of Watch is a solo cooperative. I wouldn't call it a dungeon. It's a tower defense game essentially, where you're doing a fantasy setting and trying to fight through this land to.
So this on the other hand is if you are one of the merchants equipping one of those heroes in that defense game, and you're building all the magical items via rolling dice and matching up with the numbers and
it's like a direct extension
columns.
from the Swords of the Coin, which is the sequel to Set of Watch, where there was a merchant shop, and you were playing those merchants, getting those heroes, their equipment that they so greatly need to take on the darkness.
Yep.
Very simple, straightforward roll and write game. You are taking turns rolling the set of 4 dice, assigning those to create your magical elements. So you're creating crafting components and enchantment components to build the various items that come up through the cards as you pass them around clockwise throughout the game, trying to accomplish like the...
Of the orcs, of the elves.
Yeah, so I'm trying to create bracers of the fire dragon or something like that. And you're certain items you're trying to complete.
It's basically broken into keywords.
Yeah. So you get those keywords based on how you want to use those dice and what resources you want to take to score those out. There is some dice mitigation through a series of potions that you can get in the game as well that are basically just work as modifiers, +1, -1 on the dice results.
Yep. So it's played over a course of 10 rounds. Which gives a good opportunity to kind of build up your inventory of keywords of equipment, and
it plays 1 to 8 players, so it's a great option for just a large game night to throw down.
Have to try it at 8 sometime.
Yeah, it seems simple enough. Says 45 minutes. That's probably closer with the 8-player count. I think we get through this game with 3 players in about 20-25 minutes. It's a quick game. That's essentially the rundown of how it works. As far as gameplay, I don't have a ton of experience with roll and writes because I haven't, as Rob mentioned, I haven't really enjoyed many roll and writes. I think that having the thematic tie into a game I really loved helped. But I've been having fun with this one. We've played this a number of times now. It's quick gameplay, easy to pick up what you're doing. It feels like you have a good amount of agency, so I'm enjoying it. I think it's like a mid gameplay for me.
Yeah, so I like the roll and writes a little bit more than Scott. It's kind of replaced. They've kind of replaced like my Sudoku type of thing that I like doing. I think this does it very well. I'm going to put it as a mid too, just because it's a more generalized kind of roll and write. You're looking for like above this number or below this number type of targets instead of really puzzling out where the numbers go and how you can Tetris them together. Yeah. So it's very well done. I very much enjoy it, but I'd say it's a good mid gameplay.
As far as accessibility, it's very accessible, particularly if anybody's played a roll and write. It's very straightforward. I think it was just an aesthetic choice, but I think it got a little confusing when you first bust out the game, why the potions have different colors.
Yeah.
Which was not necessary. I think they just did it for accessibility.
4 different colors?
Yeah, they don't mean anything.
Not a thing.
I don't know if they thought that. It doesn't even make sense because you have 8 players, so it's not even like they're per player potions. It's like, no, they're just the pool of potions, and they're different colors because it's pretty. Yeah. But I think it threw me off on the access. I was like, is there a reason why they're different colors?
We spent some time on that.
And the rule book was okay.
Sure.
Again, it's easy enough game to kind of get into and understand. So again, I think it's got a middle of the road accessibility, mid to high. Just because I think it's easy enough to explain. Yeah,
I'd say it's a high accessibility. You can jump right into it. Once you know it, you can explain it really, really easily. So it's a slight ding for the fact that first pass through took us a few minutes. But that could also be that we're like, oh, this is a really simple game. We can just kind of skim through the rules. And the rules were...
As far as Nex's design, I love the style of the art. I mean, although... most of it's just directly pulled from Set of Watch. So
right.
like I liked it in Set of Watch. I liked all the style of the items, the art in Set of Watch, and I mean like some of the player character art, the customers that you get as the merchant are pulled literally right off Set of Watch.
Yep.
So that to me is like, I think since it doesn't have necessarily its own feel, I like the layout, the design of the sheet itself. So again, I think this is kind of like mid to high for me. Like I liked it, but I liked it the first time. So it seems like kind of just a fun roll and write to play when you don't want to set up Set of Watch.
That's fair. I think the design is really solid. I think that everything really is laid out very well. Everything is very logical, especially once you know what you're looking at. It flows together very well. The way that the victory points is laid out at the bottom, where you add them up and you kind of pull them from the columns. I'm going to give it a high-end design. I think that it's really well done for a roll and write.
Yeah. Next is quality. And for quality, for me, it's a good quality game. I would say, the good quality box that it came in. Yep. It's roll and write, so that you do get a pretty sufficient pad for the game, and it's double-sided. Yep. So you'll get a lot of use out of it. I got a pretty good price on it. So where it's at on the quality with the pad, I think that's fine. I can get some comment on that in value as well. But the potions are very substantial chips, actually probably more than they even need to be.
Right.
But so I guess it's, again, mid to high for me there again on the quality of the components.
Sure. I'm going to give it a mid to high on quality also for pretty much the same reasons. Good quality cards. The only reason I'm dinging it a little bit is I've actually started to really like and prefer the dry erase style of roll and write games as opposed to pad. Much more reusability over time. I can see that. Just, again, less waste.
I could see that. I know that they wanted to keep it probably in-universe symmetry here. The dice that come with it are pretty much the same exact dice you get with Set of Watch. It would have been interesting because there's only 4 dice that come with it to have more unique dice for this game.
But they are really literally taken right out.
They're the same ones.
Yeah, they're the same dice, yeah.
So, and sometimes Set of Watch, I love that game. I think the dice are not always easy to read, all of them, either. Like especially when it's like blue with black script.
Okay.
Can be a little difficult, so I would make them a little clearer, easier to read. And finally, value. I think, as I mentioned, I got a really good price on it. I think when I say retail, it's like 25 or 30.
Yeah, I was going to say I think it's 25 or 30.
I think for a roll and write, that's a good price for it. I think you get a lot out of it. If you get enough play of it where you kill through the pad and had to buy another copy, I think that would be fine. I'm not sure. I'd have to check if Manor sells just pads for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would be shocked if they didn't have a PDF of it. Almost all roll and writes that I've experienced have PDFs of them available on their website, free to print.
Even if we got through the whole pad, though, I think, like any game, if you get enough of it where you exhausted all of the resource in the game,
you've played it a lot. Then you've got your money's worth.
It's a really good resource for it, though. I value on that. I've been enjoying it. I will probably continue to play it as my only roll and write. I really have plans to buy, I think, one more right now. I'll be probably getting Twilight Inscription.
Yeah,
but yeah. As I'm trying to learn to get more into this mechanic, this has been a nice entry for me on it. So that all said, my overall review of it is I land at this odd spot for me of like a 3.75 out of 5.
Okay.
I think it's a good game. I like it. But I think I like it more just because of its tie into a game that I absolutely love. I think it's a perfectly fine game.
Yep.
So out of a 10 square, that's still a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a solid game.
Yeah, I'm going to give it. So my value I'm going to put as a high, and I'm going to say for overall, it's going to be a 4 to a 4.5 somewhere in that range. I like roll and writes better than you do.
Yeah. So
and it doesn't matter to me. Like, yes, the fact that it's a fantasy theme helps. The fact that it's Set of Watch, and I do enjoy Set of Watch, that helps. But it's not dependent on that. I think it's just a well-done roll and write, and I really do enjoy playing it. I would like to try it solo sometime, too.
Yeah, I think it's worthwhile if you're looking to get a roll and write. I think this is a good entry-level one, because, again, like I said, I don't really get into them very often. But you can grab it, cheap enough. It's not going to take up a lot of room on your shelf, easy to keep. And if you like this, you can get Set of Watch, which I absolutely adore.
Yeah.
That is where we landed with Merchants of Magic by Rock Manor Games. If you have any questions, please go ahead and leave a comment. If you have thoughts on this one or other roll and writes that maybe I should try, since I'm not
Dinosaur Roar and Write.
Welcome should try
to the moon.
I should try those. But if you have examples of ones I should try that you think are more engaging, or something you think I might like, we have a video that will be posted. I'm not sure if it'll be before or after this on theme. If you think if there's one that falls into my themes that I like, I would love to hear from you on that.
Sure.
If you thought this was helpful for you, go ahead and like and subscribe. We have a lot of content where we do reviews like this, more casual discussions, as well as discussions about new and upcoming games, as well as board game events. With that, we wish you good luck with all of your board game adventures.
Thank you for joining us on ours.